everybody. It's 6:15, getting ready to start the Camino. Actually started it yesterday from my walk down from the Pilgrims check-in down to my hostel. That was actually the beginning of the Camino. So this is the next part. Today is going to be a 15-mile day. It is dark out here, so I got my headlamp on and I'm starting walking. I will share with you probably stuff after the sun starts coming up, because there's not going to be much to see, even though the street is beautiful here, lit up with lights on it. I'll share some of that. And so here's the street, and we are on our way to Santiago. It'll be about 40 days or so before we get there. Good morning. Still climbing the Pyrenees Mountains. Have done about 1,500 feet of elevation change in the last almost 3 miles. I don't think we've gone down since we left Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port. It has been an uphill climb the entire way, and it is very humid out here. So still pushing on, heading up that way. Well, I've got 3.5 miles in. It's all been road. It's all been straight up. We've done over 1,000 feet elevation change in that 3.5 miles. And this is the first time we get on gravel. So away we go. The fog is set in, so we can't see anything. But up here, we got this cow. It's ding-a-linging. You could hear him from a long way off. Finally got up to see what animal it was, because they have sheep that have bells on them too. But that's a cow. It's kind of cool how the trees look in the mist. But can't see any of the mountains today. Pile of stones along the trail. You're supposed to leave a stone to leave your baggage behind, or your burdens behind, and bring one with me. It's kind of cool. Seen a couple others on the way. I don't know if you can hear that, but when the cows have a band, it's all cowbells. I can see them over there on the hill just lightly. But there must be a whole lot of them that make that much noise. It's kind of cool. I don't know if you guys can hear, but it's just all cowbells. I was slightly wrong. It's sheep bells. And there are a lot of sheep here. Just out having lunch. Hey guys, we've officially hit the halfway point. It has been a rough, tough day, and I'm only halfway done. It took 5 hours to do. And we had long stretches on the Appalachian Trail, but they were up and down. So far, this has only been up. Very few places have it been flat or going down. It's been climbing all day. It's mostly road walking, but it's still a steep climb. I think that we've probably hit, I know I'm well over 3,000 miles, or 3,000 feet. I think I hit 3,000 feet up. I'll check and give a report on the next video. This is beautiful. I'm in a clear section. It was clear here just a minute ago, and then this fog just rolled in. Hey guys, I hit the 10-mile mark, going to the hostel, 6 more miles, so I have a little ways to go. Have some horses grazing out here, but the trail deviates. We've been following the road. I've done 4,200 mile elevation change. Most of that was by road, but now we are heading up between those two peaks. So still have some climbing to do. Heading on out. We went through that pass and the trail flattens out. There's still a big hill we're not climbing, thank goodness. At least I don't think we're climbing it. We're keeping going. You can see we're slightly above the fog layer. It keeps rolling in every once in a while and catching us, but it's down in that valley, which is pretty deep. Stopped here and took a break. It's really cool walking through these mountains. There's horses and cows and sheep all over the place. So you'll look over the hillside and it will just be covered with sheep. But this hillside is covered with these purple and yellow flowers, which I thought were really cool. It's actually the first, I think that's the first flowers I've seen along the trail. I looked it up and the yellow ones are Cornish heath, and the purple ones are Cornish heath. The yellow ones, hang on, I'll have to look again. The yellow ones are Western Gorse, G-O-R-S-E. So it's interesting, they got prickers on them. That's probably why the horses and the cattle aren't down here eating on them. But there's a big field of it here, kind of cool. Every once in a while there'll be a fountain along the trail where you can fill up with water. This gentleman's topping off his canteen for the walk-in. We have about 5 miles left. We've completed 11 miles. We're just getting ready to go into Spain. Okay, water bottle's full, and this gate here is us going into Spain. From the closest we can tell from the map. So we are now officially in Spain. Thank you for walking with me across France, or a little bit of it anyways, just for one day. Now we have about 5 miles left down to Roncesvalles, which is where my hostel is for the night. And my legs are getting tired. It has been a very wet day. Not from rain, just from sweating from how humid it has been. And I'm going to have to take care of some medical issues when I get back to the hostel with the moisture causing blisters and stuff. I don't know if I have any. I feel hot spots. Unfortunately, I didn't bring my first aid kit, and I did have some of my stuff taken ahead. So rather than trying to carry the heavy pack today over the Pyrenees Mountains, I chose to do the lighter route and do a day pack and have somebody else carry my pack. Actually, they put it in a van and carried it over. So here we go across Spain. I'll give it some more video later. Hey everyone, the trail put us through this woods. We've been walking through it for a little while, and I found a sit rock. So I had to sit, take a rest. We have about 4 more miles to get to the albergue, and so probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours. But I figured I'm going to take a rest here, get some water, get rehydrated, and move on, heading down the trail. So here's the emergency shelter. If the weather was too bad up in the mountains and you had to take emergency shelter, because they do get snow up here, this is where you would stay. That's kind of interesting. There's actually a plug there with USB. I don't know. I see a solar cell out in front. They may actually have charging in here. So this would be home if the weather was bad, but it's not that bad today. I'm continuing on. Hey everybody, we're still climbing, heading up that way, but we're almost to where we head down. But I did want to share this beautiful view with you. Look at this. And down there, that little building down there is the emergency shelter that I showed you when I went by. We've come up that far. And that's the path I just came up. All right, continuing on. The map is showing it's all downhill from here. I think we are heading down to that town down there, up a little less than 3 miles away. There's actually two ways of going. One is by the road. The other one is a steep trail. I started down the steep trail and decided that wasn't for me. So I backtracked a little bit to catch the road, and I'm heading down the road. Still have about 2.5 miles to get to the town, and then I have to find my hostel. So I should be there by 5 o'clock. When I got to the Burgate, I went ahead and ordered dinner. So they sent me to the restaurant next door, and we had sort of family style. We had soup, macaroni with tomato sauce, water, wine, bread, and then for the main course there was chicken and fish, but that hasn't come yet. So a good meal after that long hike. So this is my main course, which is trout and fries. So a good dinner tonight. And the meal even comes with dessert. So after this, I will head back to the albergue. My albergue tonight is actually a monastery, or was a monastery, and they now welcome pilgrims. For 15 euro, you can stay here, and for that, you get a bunk and a shower. So I paid an additional 14 euro for dinner, and had the excellent dinner I showed you. Hey everybody, just to wrap up, I did 16.8 miles today. Took me 11 hours, which is a long time, but there was 4,300 feet of ascent and 2,000 feet or 1,800 feet of descent. And the descent was at the end. All the ascent was at the beginning. That descent at the end killed my legs. So working on trying not to get cramps tonight, and we'll see how that goes. Thanks for joining me, and talk to you later.